Right, back to some of these good carcass, bright-headed captain sons. Starting with this deep, wide sheep. What I've in my notes on this sheep, I've got nuts and butts. He's got a tremendous jigget, and he's got plenty below him too. 60 is a good skinned sheep, blocky, shapy, a good depth of jigget. These two both high jigget shape EBVs, and now that is a measurement taken from the CT scanner. We put 15 rams a year. We take them down to Edinburgh, and they go through the CT scanner, and that just helps us build up some of the carcass data on the Texel sheep. The jigget measurement is a measure of the shape of that jigget by the CT scanner. Is a very square made sheep, and he's got an even higher jigget score. Followed by 62, a thick, deep and wide sheep, a bit more wool about him, but he's very well covered. And back again, 63, a bearer sheep, good skin, great carcass, and a very big-ended tup. He's a sharp head, that 62 coming around here. And I think he's on the left there, 60, well, middle now, 61. It also is a nice bright outlook. These tups are born early April and they've been outside since day 1 or 2 anyway, and they've been reared on their mothers with no creep, grass and clover throughout till weaning and after, and then they spent the middle of the winter they were on stubble turnips and silage, and they've been on to a grass clover sward over the summer, and on the lead up to the sale just now. So they know how to behave when they go out to use. They know that the grass is for eating, and they need to just graze and keep moving. The last two captains is a good workman-like sheep. This with a good background and good figures as well. And then 65, a blocky sheep with plenty go about him. 64 is the sheep on the right. There is it might not be the longest sheep in the pen, but he's a good sort of robust tup there. Is a right good top on him and a nice head and a good outlook. And that grandmother was a very good ewe. And he's good and correct in his feet too, that sheep. And 65 is a sheep with plenty go about him. Very high lambing ease figures all throughout these tups, but that's a trait we've been working on for many years here. Right, moving on to the blizzards now. We've got a thick block of a sheep here with a good wide top on him, number 60, 66. And between filming and videoing, 67 has left the sale. He's no longer forward. But 66 sheep got a bit of length about him and plenty of shape behind him. And 67 came second best in a fight, and he's out. Insurance for these naturally reared rams is prohibitively expensive, but we cover that at the working cane sale by guarantee these sheep will last their first breeding season. Right, last three blizzards, all with plenty go about them. Two very correct rams there, and the 70, the last sheep, a tight-skinned ram with a very nice shape to him, just a nicely made little sheep. That same breeding as lot 40 at 70. Going back to that's the same. His granny is the mother of lot 40. A good lasting old ewe. He's not the biggest sheep. That outside one, the 68, but nobody's told him that. He doesn't know he's not big. He's got he's long necked. He's big hipped. He's wide behind. He's very correct. I think he'd be a good addition to any sort of maternal program. That sheep. And 69 at the back. Another blizzard out of a VD gimmer with a bit of spark about him too. That wraps up the Texels. Thank you for watching. It's the biggest group of Texels we've had forward, and we've done that by gradually increasing the ewe numbers as things have become easier managing these sheep.